Hey guys, this is Wildcat Chris Harris, TNA original and one half of six-time TNA World Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted. You are listening to the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 342 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr., and with me as always is Dallas Gridley. Dallas, we have quite the show tonight. We have the TNA World Champion, Kurt Angle, squaring off against really a lone wolf, a man that answers to nobody other than himself, Tomko. In recent weeks, Tomko seems to be having a little bit more of a babyface attitude. He's showing respect to people. He's standing up to Kurt Angle. He's kind of a jerk. And tonight they're squaring off in a non-title match. And I suggested that maybe they're teasing a substantial babyface push for Tomko. Dallas, could this be the era of the man formerly known as Tyson Tomko?
Oh, that's a great question. It's been interesting how they've been pushing him even in the last couple episodes, and we've kind of had a slow build up to it. So I'm definitely curious what's going to happen, but I'm kind of thinking it might not go much higher than this match that we're about to see tonight. This might be the peak of that.
You think so?
And something tells me. Maybe he'll get a title shot as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sold on it yet.
So you don't think that Tomko could get a championship singles match on pay-per-view?
Not on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
No, I don't think on pay-per-view. I think on Impact. Easily on Impact. But it depends how this match here tonight goes. Because if he can't work good with Kurt in this match, then there's no way. But if this ends up being a surprisingly good Impact main event, it could be in the future. It seems like they're high on him. The crowd likes him. I mean, even that brawl that I think it was just last week, wasn't it? It was pretty heated. A lot of people liked it. The crowd was hot during it, so I don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a realistic chance that he were to beat Kurt Angle tonight?
Unless we're gonna turn Styles against Kurt already, I feel like I'd be kind of surprised. But that being said, Christian could come out and screw Kurt to and then distract him or something like that, and I think that's a real possibility. That could really happen. But it's not going to, obviously, it wouldn't be a clean win, especially over the champion. So
right. There'd
have to be some fuckery going on, and I think Christian Cage was definitely got something up his sleeve. I would not be surprised.
I would almost suggest that Tomko win, and then against all odds, they could just do a three-way with Christian, Tomko, and Kurt because of it all ties in together. Tomko and Christian and
right,
three-way feud there, essentially.
Totally.
I would even like a four-way with AJ thrown in there as well.
I'd be totally down for that. Why
even
not?
If it was just on television. I think that they all have issues, which, and I will say, we give Russo a bunch of flack here for a variety of reasons in terms of writing. But to his credit, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, he does usually have everybody doing something, and then the top guys have several different feuds that they could branch off into. Sure. So it certainly isn't boring. or redundant. So that can be appreciated.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely accurate. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with our friend Tomko there, and see where he goes. It's actually I'm looking at the last episode of Impact on Cage Match from January 24th. It's got pretty good rating. Like people can vote on it. It's got 7.58. That's not bad for people just voting and being like, "This is a solid episode," which it was. We enjoyed it as well, but I usually don't pay attention to what it's being rated on here. Well, I guess without further ado, I'm going to run down the card from last week quickly. And actually, I have some notes kind of relating to certain matches that I'll kind of mention as I mention the match, and then I will tell you the ratings. And I got a couple other things that we'll briefly mention. And then, Bob, I know we actually have 2 house shows to discuss as well. So.
Oh, shit. I should probably get that up.
So the TNA Impact from January 24th did a 1.21 rating and 1.6 million viewers. The show did a 0.55 in males 18 to 34 and a 0.95 in males 35 to 49. Dave says it's funny how the show did right under record viewership, but males 18 to 34, the core audience that they were trying to get, was unusually low. It's also noted, as it turned out, even though TNA did beat ECW greatly when it came to total viewers last week, the rating itself was actually identical with ECW on the 15th, doing a 1.22 rating. And apparently they even tried to put Edge on that ECW show to try to boost the rating a little bit there. There is a combination of reasons for this. So this is kind of interesting. So Spike is in 95.8 million homes, and Sci-Fi is in 93.3 million. So all things being even, since cable ratings are based on the percentage of the homes who get the station, the same rating on Spike will be 2.6% more than Sci-Fi. So Impact also had a 1.39 viewers per home, while ECW had 1.31. So that's the rest of the difference. So it's like such a subtle difference, but it's kind of identical. It's pretty interesting.
Nice.
Okay, so match-wise. We saw James Storm and Robert Roode with Jackie Moore and Peyton Banks defeat Eric Young and Sonjay Dutt in 3 minutes and 35 seconds. And then, oh shell yeah, he's back. Shark Boy with his I don't know what do we want to call it? Stone Cold Shark Boy. He's back, and he's got new music. He's got a new look and a new attitude after he woke up from his coma, and he defeated Elix Skipper in 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Now, I do have a note related to this one. It actually kind of goes to the next one too, so let me just read that one first. In a couple matches. But Johnny Devine defeated Jay Lethal in 8 minutes 50 seconds in a street fight to win the X Division title. So Jay Lethal essentially never even held his own title during this reign because he never had possession of it. So it's kind of like Johnny Devine's been the champion for a long time anyway.
Right.
And next up, we saw the debut of the hot, the spicy, and the one who tastes great, Curry Man, teaming with the returning Tiger Mask to defeat the Rock N Rave Infection in 4 minutes 45 seconds. So a couple things about this. So it is noted that Tiger Mask liked working in TNA and was hoping to be back. But also internally, the feeling regarding New Japan wrestlers here, Tiger Mask was good, and they liked having him there. Now, we did mention that Shinsuke Nakamura was on Explosion, and they apparently felt that he was a complete blah, and nobody could understand why they would push him as IWGP champion above Tanahashi. And they didn't think that he had any personality and was average as a worker. So that right there would be why people 15 years later were saying, I can't believe they dropped the ball on Nakamura. Well, apparently he didn't really impress anyone, so why would they have used him anymore?
That's kind of crazy about the charisma part.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Really crazy. I mean, I don't think I've seen, if I have seen it, it's been a while, the Explosion match, because I think they did post it on something at one point. But it's so early in his career. I don't know if I've ever seen much of Nakamura's early career like this, when he was like champion and stuff like that. Because eventually he is the charismatic one. So
yeah,
it's pretty interesting.
one of my favorite things that TNA does on their YouTube page is exactly what you just mentioned, where they'll be like, "Hey, we had John Moxley on Impact in 2000 whatever." But then it's and it's so many different guys and girls for that matter. But it's really just them saying like, "Yeah, we used them and we did nothing with them."
Yeah, they came in for a match, and that was about it.
I feel like it's almost like a self-own. We had
I
a
mean,
chance. We had a chance, and we're just like,
not
"Nah,
wrong.
I want to do that."
I mean, the same thing happened with all the other big guys. I mean, it happened with Okada later.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
and then it happened with, I'm pretty sure it happened with Tanahashi as well.
Well,
That's what I thought.
Tanahashi was 2006
Right.
with the
Yeah,
one
that was
match
even
he had
earlier.
with AJ Styles.
That's right. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. And speaking of like Curryman and Shark Boy and stuff like that, it is being noted that there seems to be an attempt to lighten the load on the comedy for the show, at least for now, and they try to push serious issues, which will make a lot of wrestlers happy. But they were happy with how Stone Cold Shark Boy and Curryman got over, and will continue in that direction as long as it appears that the crowd is into it. And I think, if we're toning it down in general, and then we have a couple things that are good that people like, I think that's a good move. So I think
Yeah,
that's smart.
I don't want my whole wrestling show to be like I shot my father in the back 3 times.
Yeah. No, thank you.
There needs to be a good mixture.
Right. No, I totally agree with that. The only other match that happened was that TNA World Tag Team Title 3-way match where AJ and Tomko did retain over the Motor City Machine Guns and Team 3D in 9 minutes 30 seconds, and I still am shocked they didn't switch the belts to make the match at against all odds, like an all or nothing kind of thing. So, but good for Styles and Tomko for retaining. Okay, so a couple. Actually, I think I was like 2 things, and one of them is a little bit longer. I'm just double checking before I say that. Yeah. So the first one we mentioned last week after Abyss challenged Judas Mesias to the Barbarian Massacre at Against All Odds. That unfortunately in Greenville, they can't do this match.
Right.
So it is going to be taped in Orlando. So that being said, as things stand right now, it will be played up on the show that the match is taking place live in Orlando instead of in Greenville. There is some concern how the live crowd in Greenville will take it. And as noted, the South Carolina Athletic Commission nixed the match that would have barbed wire and tons of blood. The match, apparently, I think it's been already taped at this point, so this is not a spoiler, because I wouldn't do that for a pay-per-view match, but it said the match was good for what it was supposed to be, but noted that people who don't like Abyss matches as of late probably won't end up liking it, which it's a Barbed Wire Massacre match, so that, I mean, I think it kind of makes sense. Now, since it will...
So I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
it is in fact pre-taped.
It is pre-taped, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so since it is being pre-taped and it is not being pushed as live, Earl Hebner is the referee in that match. He will not be going to Greenville for the pay-per-view and reffing any other matches to kind of sell that more.
Continuity.
Right, and even more, it's also noted that Jim Cornette apparently is playing some part in this match in some way. Also, will not be at Against All Odds because he's going to be in Orlando, quote unquote, live with the match. So they are trying to play that up a little bit, and then you're probably thinking, well, what about the ring intros? What about that? Well, don't you worry. They use the local guy who warms up the crowd as the ring announcer for the match instead of Dave Penzer. And now it is being noted, though, that Mike Tenay and Don West will call the match as it goes on tape in the arena. So they are going to be calling the match live on pay-per-view for the pre-tape match. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna. I don't know if it's gonna go well. Like read well.
I don't know either. Yeah, I don't know.
The live. If I was the live audience in Greenville, I'd be pissed.
Absolutely. I'd absolutely be pissed. And
Showing up there thinking I'm gonna see a barbed wire massacre.
And then nope, you don't.
Not. I gotta watch on a fucking screen.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's
We will
ridiculous.
see how that goes. I don't know.
And you
But-
know damn well the people in the Impact Zone are gonna leak like onto the internet. Oh, by the way, this is what happens in the barbed wire massacre.
Yeah, I'm sure it already has, and it's actually funny you say
Yeah,
that because
For sure.
I mean, when I see stuff that is related to stuff we haven't seen yet, I try to skip over it and ignore it. I haven't actually seen any reference to it, but that being said, it might also be because two parts. One, there wasn't an Observer newsletter last week, and also it could have been thrown into the notes about the show wherever it was ended up taping that I just missed. So I haven't actually seen anything about it, and the fact that even that note I just read to you, that was the full note. It's not like I left out a spoiler or anything. So I don't know. Kind of interesting. Okay, I have one more note here that's pretty interesting, and then we will talk about those house shows before we can get into the show, and then we only got a couple episodes of Impact left, Bob, before Against All Odds, so we're in the end part of this taping schedule. So the title of this Observer newsletter, February 4th, 2008, was TNA Wants Impact Live. So it's noted here that TNA is looking at making major upgrades to its television in the upcoming months, including significant talk of taping Impact Live. Wrestlers and office staff were told that the plan is to move television tapings to Mondays and Tuesday, from Monday and Tuesday to Thursdays and Fridays. So it is not official, nor is there a start date, but the impression was that it would come as early as late March. And wrestlers were told from that point forward to take Friday night independent bookings, or to not take them, excuse me. Now, TNA sources believe that the change would happen no later than summer. Details of whether this happens or how far along talks are have not been confirmed, but there is talk at Spike TV of adding a second weekly show, which would be a 1-hour show built around only the Knockouts division. Obviously, Spike has noted that the quarter hour of the women are often the highest marks on the show. Now, if this happens, it would require hiring more women. And that note, right, that part we will be following up with on our next episode. I already can tell you there is a note relating to that on the next show. So the idea here would be to go live every other week, with the Friday taping being for the next Thursday night. So the talk is that when the change is made, the company would also switch to taping in high definition. Yes, we are in that era where things are turning over to high definition taping. Remember, like Raw HD and shit?
Yeah.
So silly.
Yeah, that's I'll never forget when they went HD, all the wrestlers were worried about their back acne.
And their bad
being-
tans.
Yeah, and I think Mr. Kennedy was like the first one that had a really shitty tan or something, and they were just like, if you're gonna fucking tan, do it right. Don't
So
put
funny.
on like the lotion. You gotta actually get tanned.
It's so funny.
Pretty bad.
He says going live brings on added costs and also decreases the margin of error at the tapings to nothing. Now, one would suspect that Spike would be a big part of the decision making and help kick in some of the costs. Impact is now doing above the network's primetime average. If Ultimate Fighter's ratings continue to fade during the season that starts in April, it could become the highest rated weekly original show on the station. TNA officials are hopeful going live will make the rating up to a 1.3 level for those weeks, so they aren't thinking it will make a gigantic difference. Now, the official TNA word is that it's under consideration, but it won't happen anytime soon. The key regarding late March is that ROH has shows scheduled March 28th and 29th in Orlando. If that is a taping week and the switch takes place by them, it would mean that the Friday night show would go head-to-head with Ring of Honor. Now, it will be a big deal on the independent scene because this means that TNA wrestlers will have less availability on Friday nights. It will make it more difficult for indie promoters to save airfares by piggybacking on other ones. You bring the guy in, then we share him, blah, blah, blah. It will be more costly because instead of booking round-trip tickets for a Saturday night show, they'd have to fly guys in from Orlando and then fly them home. Plus, TNA is going to be doing more house shows, also lessening the availability of guys. So, because of this, it's a bad thing for guys as well, because it's rare that they would get bookings on Mondays and Tuesdays when they would do the current tapings, but the new schedule means that they'll get paid no more from TNA for TV, but then end up missing Friday night of indie work. So in theory, going live should help ratings, although in practice, it doesn't seem to mean as much. Experiments WWE made with SmackDown taping live never made a difference in the ratings. The rare taped Raws don't do any less of a number than the live shows. The argument could be that with TNA, that it caters more to a hardcore fan base, and the belief that a higher percentage of viewers are quote internet fans who get the results ahead of time, that it would end up affecting this product more. And then the last little part of this, he says, there's also certain prestige regarding being live, as long as the company can afford it and or Spike is making up the difference. This is a move that should be made, and by going on tape on alternating weeks, they are still saving on travel costs and keeping the schedule easier than WWE, which, if ratings go up a little, could make them an attractive alternative for wrestlers burned out on the WWE schedule. So,
Yeah, I mean, all that checks out.
yeah, I think it all makes sense. And the booking thing, it's not something I would have thought about. Is like, hey, our guys are going to lose an indie booking. But it sounds like if they're doing more house shows, they might end up missing out on some of that anyways, too. So it's kind of a tricky situation.
Well, here's the thing that I'm wondering. I'm wondering if these guys are more so frustrated because I'm starting to think that they're making more money on the indies than they are in TNA.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm wondering if the fee that they can get from the local promoters is more than a nightly thing from TNA.
I would not be surprised. And you got to think too. You can go in on a Friday, do a Friday show, a Saturday show, go home Sunday, then you got Impact Monday, Tuesday. I mean, you got to be doing pretty decent.
Like I don't know what the fees are, booking fees are, but let's say like Chris Sabin or something. Let's say that he's earning $500 a shot, and he's got a double shot. Sometimes they run on Sundays. Who knows? But let's just say he's got Friday, Saturday at $500. He's making $1,000, and then in TNA he's got a $300 nightly thing. I mean, he's missing out on $400.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But once again, I think if they start doing more house shows, they were going to end up getting screwed here eventually anyways, I think.
Yeah.
Although theoretically, they'd be getting paid more for the house show, I guess, too, but that's not TV. But some of these people were paid per TV appearance, but when you start doing house shows, that's not a thing. So.
Sure. I don't know.
Well, do you got those house shows pulled up? I have a couple of notes relating to each of them. I think there's only two.
There's two. On January 25th, 2008, they were in Troy, Ohio at the Hobart Arena and drew 2,854 fans, according to Cage Match. Here are the results of the show. The Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, defeated Elix Skipper and Petey Williams. Dark Boy defeated James Storm. TNA Knockout Champion Awesome Kong retained against Jackie Moore. TNA Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Tomko retained against LAX. The TNA X Division Champion Johnny Devine retained against Jay Lethal. Booker T defeated Robert Roode. And in the main event, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle retained against Samoa Joe.
Nice. Seems like a pretty solid show. So what was the crowd number that you just said for Cage Match 10?
2,854.
Yeah, that's definitely not correct. They drew 1,500, which is still good, but they did not draw over 2,000. Yeah, it's less. So because I thought that's what you said, and I was like, I don't know if that's an accurate number or not. But I mean, even Dave notes that is a good showing for a city of that size, so it's still not bad by any means. He also does say that he doesn't know how much of it was papered, but some of it probably was. The show also went head-to-head with Ring of Honor in Dayton, which is fairly close to Troy, Ohio. ROH actually drew well above what it usually does, so this didn't hurt. So they both drew pretty well, apparently. And ROH drew the heavy male 18 to 34 crowd, while TNA ended up drawing more of a family crowd. I think that's kind of interesting as well.
I think that's to be expected, yeah.
Right. That main event that you mentioned about Angle beating Joe, it was a short main event due to outside of interference by Styles and a belt shot by Angle. It's also noted that 5 of the 7 advertised matches didn't take place, even though only one of the wrestlers who was advertised wasn't there, and that was Senshi. The rest of the show had clean finishes, though, so every other match was clean besides that main event. It's also noted that Awesome Kong was managed by a sports writer from the local Troy Daily News, and after the match, she turned on him with a spinning back fist. Just insane. He also says how TNA house shows always have one comedy match, and it seems to always involve James Storm, where they build to spots where Storm takes bumps for the ref. Same thing here with Shark Boy beating Storm. The best match was said to be the opener between Machine Guns and Williams and Skipper.
No surprise there. Let's go to the January 26th, 2008 house show in Niles, Ohio at the Eastwood Expo Center. The attendance, according to Cage Match, is 1,300. This is literally... So the Motor City Machine Guns defeated Skipper Petey Williams. Shark Boy defeating James Storm. Knockouts champion Awesome Kong retained against Jackie Moore. Booker T defeating Robert Roode. Tag team champions Styles and Tomko defeating LAX. X Division champion Johnny Devine defeated Jay Lethal in the main event. World champion Kurt Angle retained against Samoa Joe. So yes, that is the entire same card.
Yeah, it's pretty much identical. The number much closer here. I have 1,000 fans as a sellout. So that's good. But it even says they drew 1,000 fans in a 600-seat arena. So nearly half of the crowd was standing. That's how full it was, which is pretty crazy. It's noted that that opening match was once again the match of the night. And then in a surprise, after Skipper turned on Williams after losing, he picked up a chair, and then Scott Steiner, who was unadvertised and not even wrestling that night, or was on the tour at all, showed up for a cameo, and he made the save for Petey Williams. So that's kind of fun. Also notes that the rest of the show is the same as the night before. Angle pinned Joe in 9 minutes, 24 seconds with a belt shot after Styles interfered again. Good work, but you would expect more. Now, apparently at the 7-minute mark, referee Andrew Thomas had to stop his count at 2 because Angle didn't kick out. So, he was like, I can't.
Oh,
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I got for that. So, it's kind of funny they did identical shows, but I'm not also surprised about that at the house show.
Yeah.
I'm more surprised when they mix it up, to be honest.
Right. All right. Does that mean we're good to go into Impact now, or what?
Oh yeah. It's time for Impact.
All right. All right. It's time to get into the January 31st, 2008 edition of Impact. Our approximate runtime for our version is 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 55 seconds. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the TNA Plus app. Or if you have it in your own personal collection, that's going to do the trick as well. I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that is when the live watch will begin. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
As we're doing our normal intro here, there was another Explosion match taped during this taping, and it airs on February 4th, 2008, where Gail Kim defeated Roxxi Laveaux. And I do have a note actually relating to this, and apparently that match had several missed spots. With Kim not having that problem with anyone else, it didn't end up helping Roxxi in this situation. So apparently it didn't go over super well, which I'm actually kind of surprised about, because I feel like Roxy's pretty solid. So,
well, I mean, sometimes people just have an off night. You know?
Yeah. And you know what? If there's a time to have an off night, it's on Explosion.
Well, so when you were talking about there being a second show, I thought it was going to be Explosion because they technically have one, and then you're just like, no, it's for the women.
Yeah, isn't that surprising? In 2008,
I feel like there'd be almost zero wrestling on an all knockout show because I don't think Russo in his heart could do it. I think he would just have it be full of drama.
I would not be surprised about that at all. We're getting a really big hype package for Tomko versus Angle here. Boss or partner? Moments ago, we are backstage. Jeremy Borash has a neck brace on as Prince AJ Styles is talking with Kurt in his locker room.
Borash is stealing Shark Boy's gimmick right now.
I don't give a damn about the position I'm putting you in. I'm your boss, AJ. Me. The Kurt Angle rub is what finally got you noticed here in TNA, and AJ throws off his crown. What happened to JB that he's in a neck brace? I don't even remember. Oh, AJ's reminding him he was TNA champion 3 times. Oh. He just threatened AJ that if he messes up this match with Tomko tonight, he's going to kick his ass.
Okay, this is important. I like that because AJ's been kind of a goof, and then in that moment right there, because he's questioned his credentials, he was serious.
He's done that a couple times even. He's like, by the way, I was a champion.
No, yeah, but he's done that kind of like, hey, I mean,
this one, you're right.
This time he was like, I was not 1, not 2, a 3-time world champion. Like, he was pissed in a serious tone. So okay.
We're getting an against all odds image here to start us off. There's a contract
Samoa
signing.
Joe is a enforcer. This is important. That if you looked at that graphic quickly, you would think maybe it's a triple threat. It's not. Samoa Joe is the enforcer of that match.
Awesome Kong speaks for the first time. Knockouts in action. Tomko versus Kurt Angle. I have a bunch of fun notes for the show, so I'm excited to throw them in where I can. And there's a bunch of knockouts ones.
Awesome Kong does not need to be talking.
I'm wondering if that's a swerve.
I think it is. I think it's just going to be Saeed speaking for her.
Yes, because I think that's what we were told, at least in the Observer. So I'm thinking that's what they're kind of hinting at. Like, oh, she's going to talk, but really it's just going to be her new associate.
Right.
Yes, the 6-man hardcore street fight has some fun stipulations. That if Team 3D lose, they have to drop under 275 pounds or they cannot wrestle in the X Division. But if they win, then the X Division is abolished.
Well, wait a minute. I thought it was they had to just be under 275 not to compete in the X Division, just in general.
No, it's TNA. Yeah, Mike Tenay just said that. You're right. So they have to drop their weight in general.
They have to be healthier. That's their punishment.
That is kind of funny. No, Brother Ray's on the mic here. How they're going to step in the ring with the best tag team that ever existed. The greatest hardcore wrestlers ever. Speaking of hardcore wrestlers, I guess this is probably the best time to say this. Unfortunate news, Bob. But it's official that Raven is done with the company. His contract expired, and they decided against offering him a new one. So he's officially out of TNA.
I mean, you can make the argument that Raven coming to TNA in the context that he did was really the first major jump. I don't know if it was really. I mean, he was like a low mid card guy in WWE, but it was the first like significant jump.
It felt major though when we were watching. Yeah, right, it felt big.
It did.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ!
Shelly, Sabin, and Lethal are dressed up like Team 3D, and Johnny Devine backstage. That is hilarious, and I'm glad to say that Jay Lethal is playing Devon, so we didn't have to do any controversy. With makeup.
Was just gonna say the same thing.
Sabin is Johnny Devine with a blonde wig. He looks so funny. They both have pillows or something in their shirts. Shelly and Lethal, Team 3D. I don't know why I'm here, guys. You never let me talk. Don't fall on your head like you did in that Ultimate X. I like how Shelly's also just wearing his like normal trunks.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Team 3D and Divine did come backstage and attack him. Don't you ever! Don't you make fun of me again! Oh, okay. We cut away from that. They're getting beat up too bad.
I don't think I remembered them playing like doing a cosplay of the Dudleys like that.
I can't believe that. And now they're getting pulled out into the crowd, fighting ringside. I do feel like it's kind of normally like the heel thing to dress up as your opponent, isn't it? Do babyfaces do that very often?
Babyfaces, babyfaces do that. I mean, when D exited with the Nation, they were the baby faces.
Oh, okay. No, you're right.
Off Bagwell did blackface with the cat, Ernest Miller, which has been deleted from wrestling footage on any streaming service. So,
Oh, I didn't know if I knew about that one. Well, I guess VKM dressed up like Team 3D, and I guess they were technically the baby faces, weren't they? Or no? Who was the baby face in that one?
I think Team 3D was big. Oh, wait, no. I think you're right. I think VKM was.
I can't quite remember. Okay, so I guess I'm wrong. I guess I just think about like when they were doing like the NWO as the Horsemen and stuff like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is
But
that
they,
the NWO is like the cool
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
or like are they really heels?
You're totally right. Okay, well, never mind. I lied. We
I
got
mean,
tables in the ring.
I'm sure heels have done it. I can't really think of one. Oh, what? Oh, the Miz. The Miz dressed up as The Rock before.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one. Mr. Anderson is Sting.
Yeah. Kurt Angle. Well, Kurt Angle was a heel. Or no, Kurt Angle was a face. He dressed up as John Cena in 2003.
Oh my god.
He did the whole work of his life.
Powerbomb through the table to Alex Shelley.
Oh boy.
Oh, Lethal's
busted open.
Wow. And Sabin, powerbomb by Brother Devon through the other table.
Thanks.
Chair shot to the head to Lethal, right in the middle of the ring.
I don't know if they're going to be dressing up like the Dudley Boys ever again.
No, I don't think so. Do you think that there's anything more satisfying than watching a table smash in a wrestling ring? I think it's the best.
I think when somebody gets backdropped through a ladder is more.
Oh, that's okay. That's pretty good too.
That's more satisfying.
I just like watching a table explode.
Well, nowadays it's fucking doors.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Indies, at least. Oh, great.
Back in ECW, we were little boys, but we were forced to become men. And those men turned into hardcore heroes.
Yeah, preach it.
And then me and my brother Devon went to the WWE. And then those heroes became legends. And now we stand here at TNA. And those legends have become gods. Would you agree with that, Bob? Team 3D has become gods now that they're in TNA?
I certainly believe that Brother Ray thinks that.
Absolutely. Okay, he's giving them all a fair warning. Do not show up to against all odds. And he hits each one of them with a kendo stick again as he says it. And the music hits pretty, they look pretty confident here. And if my wrestling mind has any indication, this exactly means that they're going to lose at the pay-per-view.
That's the booking 101.
Oh, experience TNA Live.
Usually if the heels... Oh, wait a minute. This isn't the go-home show, though.
No, next week is.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, usually on the go-home show, if they have significant damage done, then they're going to lose.
Elmira, that's not far from here. February 23rd at the First Arena.
I'm not going. Don't even ask me. We got to get to the doors 2 hours early.
If we just get there when the doors are. Anyway. You trash talking all the time. There's one show. I wanted to get there like 2 hours earlier. One show.
One too many.
And I don't even know if you were with me when we got to that show early. I think you drove separate. Because I had to run and give you the tickets. So that I don't remember. I feel like we didn't go together though. I don't know. Well, we're back at the table with Mike and Don here. No fun and game at Against All Odds.
The only time that I know that we drove separately was when I missed the first match for a SmackDown house show.
Well, that happened. That happened. But no, that Northeast Wrestling one, I remember having to bring the tickets to the door. Crystal is with PD and Scott Steiner in the back here. Are they good buddies now?
What do you mean?
They're like best friends. They were fighting over the briefcases, and now we're buddies.
Oof.
Listen, Stephanie, or what's your name? It's Crystal. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, so if he has the X Division title shot, it's useless because he's going to be over the weight limit.
What?
I was working at my spinal erectors. That means lower back. Okay.
Rock N Rave Infection, baby.
Hey,
Thank you, Pittsburgh.
I have a Lance Hoyt note.
Okay.
As Hemi's bringing them all down, they got their Guitar Hero guitars. So speaking of like not cutting back on the comedy, here they come out with Guitar Hero guitars.
Oh, that's a really good point. I didn't even think of them when we were talking about Curry and Shark Boy.
Yeah, I didn't either. Lance Hoyt is actually on the new Busey Bunch reality show, though they never billed him as such, only as Shadow. And Alvarez says, I find it hilarious for some reason, and I'm sure it's a legal thing, but still, it's funny when folks make national names on Impact and then choose to go by their indie names on the indie scene. So he's going by Shadow on the show and not Lance Hoyt.
Yeah, right. And then because when I was doing indie notes, because they were substantial, they're not really even, because like they're doing so many house shows, doesn't even matter. But they were doing, he was Shadow in PCW. I believe it was PCW in Texas.
The Maple Leaf Muscle, Petey Williams coming out. This is also going to be.
Yes.
He's fucking jacked. Look at him.
Yeah. Yes, Scott Steiner's briefcase, which I feel like means that Scott Steiner's going to come out here and steal it because he doesn't know which one he has. Oh, wait, no, he does know what one he has, doesn't he?
No, I think they do know, yeah. Because they were arguing with Jim Cornette fairly recently in his office about trading cases and stuff like that.
Okay, so Scott's right now has the X Division.
Yes.
PD has because that's what Don just said on.
Yeah, and speaking of, here comes Scott Steiner.
Why the fuck am I thinking they don't know yet?
This is a great point to mention this note. The first round of drug testing took place on January 22nd, and everyone in the company was tested, but the tests don't count. Basically, they are just to warn people that if they come back positive and to take levels. Now, if they are found with steroids in their system, the levels would have to decline in a future test. Now, the problem is that method isn't foolproof because because of the way that the body handles some steroids. It can be detected in some cases as long as 18 months later after use. But you can test clean 1 week and then test dirty the next without current use. So it's not going to go very well the way they're doing it.
Nothing's going to happen. They're not going to be like, oh, hey, Tomko or hey, Scott Steiner or Petey Williams. You got busted for steroids. We have to suspend. They're not going to do shit.
Right.
It's just like WCW. All those guys were gassed and they were doing drug tests and nothing happened. Like, give me a break.
PD wants to start off against Jimmy Rave.
I like how Petey's nickname is the definition of definition. That's great.
That's a Maple Leaf Muscle right there, baby.
That's a nickname that Scott Steiner would have said for himself. I'm the definition of definition.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, shit. Jimmy Rave looking even more like a Kurt Cobain type of character. He's fully leaning into the fake rock star gimmick.
Which city did Christy yell when I was reading the Lance Hoyt note? Did you catch it?
No, I didn't hear it.
Jimmy Rave flipping in. PD rolls out though. Comes back with a drop kick. Oh, Lance Hoyt came for an elbow but missed.
I hope there's a segment where there's like a Rock and Rave concert and it's them just playing Rock Band.
That's a great idea.
Like, how do you not do that?
Yeah, I feel like that's a no-brainer. Oh, PD climbing to the top where Lance Hoyt is set up on the top rope. Going for Hurricane Rana. He hits it. Locks Jimmy Rave into the camel clutch.
Wait, with a big boot from behind on PD there.
Steiner's trying to break it up himself. I feel like he was getting in the ring like, what? And then he, Ray Charles pushed him back to the apron.
Oh, big boot again by Hoyt.
Yeah, Rock
and he's playing his Rock Band.
So goofy.
Yeah. Such a.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, he just slammed PD face first onto the mat. I'm just surprised it took this long to get to the funny Rock N Rave Infection because I kind of thought it was always like a funny thing.
No, right. Yeah, that was a gradual shift.
Yeah, very gradual. And then kind of abrupt. They just came out with the guitars, like last week or something?
Yeah.
Oh, they're mentioning how great the ratings have been. Thank you, TNA fans, for your support. That's kind of unusual, isn't it? Normally, I feel like on the shows, they're not like, wow, we did such a good rating last week. Thank you, guys.
I was gonna not say something about that, but then that stuff irks me. As a viewer, it's like you're telling me it's a show.
Yeah, I don't know if it bothers me, but it's just like you don't hear people say that, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I get all about celebrating your victories and stuff like that, but as a viewer, when you're just like, oh, we had our biggest rating. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really do anything. Okay, cool. I'm part of however other many people watching it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, Scott forcibly tags PD in. Hoyt runs at him, gets hit in the midsection. Doubled knees to the chest of Lance Hoyt. Jimmy Rave going for a little pin. PD slips out by kicking off a Hoyt. Canadian Destroyer.
Let's do it.
Oh, Scott's taking both cases, so he stops PD.
Scott's going to have 2 title matches. Oh!
Scott just cracked his own partner over the head with the briefcase.
Fucked up.
Oh my god. Referee saw it and didn't do anything about it either, for the record.
Well, it's his own partner. You can't disqualify him for hitting his own partner.
Well, technically, that would mean your team would win, wouldn't it? Because you helped the other team. Doesn't matter. Jimmy Rave.
No, I mean, if you and I are tag teaming and then you hit me in the back of the chair, why would we get disqualified?
No, we wouldn't get disqualified. The other team would.
Yeah, but he's a legal participant of my team.
I guess. I don't know.
Semantics.
Well, Rock N Rave got the win.
Rock N Rave Infection, they could be going for the tag titles here.
I mean, that was
got some momentum.
They do, and that's a big win for them. Oh.
No.
His dad's pre-match training. Oh, it's BG James and Bullet Bob.
Yeah.
When you're in the ring, you got to go for it, son. Now, they're not showing you the weights that are on that. Oh, because they're little. They
there's
did
nothing.
show it because Bullet Bob just took it from him. Oh shit! Bullet Bob's boxing the shit out of BG.
Yeah, and he isn't doing it like an old man. He's like literally doing pretty good.
You know what? It's all about protecting yourself. You got to protect yourself at all times.
Now, I don't know how long Bullet Bob is going to be here in TNA, but if we don't get a Bullet Bob versus Kurt Angle for the TNA World Title on Impact, what are we fucking doing? Oh no!
Ew, he's throwing up. It's all right, brother. Well, here comes VKM.
Oh, speaking, here we are. Oh, it's just Kip and Roxxi.
Oh,
it's Kip. Kip is fighting. I'm Kip James, bitch. Kip is getting booed here.
well, because now BG's the babyface because he got his dad as a partner.
Oh, well, yeah. Guess that makes sense.
Oh, LAX.
Yo, he would go.
Well, this is good. I have a note about Salinas. Hold on, I'm just making sure I have the right one here.
Hernandez.
Okay, so a clarification from last week's issue regarding Shelly Martinez, who is Salinas, and heat for not doing the Texas house show run. Now, while there were wrestlers who thought there was a double standard and that she was able to miss a house show tour when others wouldn't, according to TNA officials, there should be no heat on her, as she was never booked on the tour in the first place.
So why would there be any heat on her if she wasn't supposed to be there?
Yep. Don't know.
What are we doing?
I do not know.
Oh my god.
So Hernandez versus Kip James here.
That is such a TNA thing. How dare you? How dare you not show up to a booking that we never gave you information for to be there at? Oh, God.
So funny.
So fucking mad at you.
Slingshot shoulder block by Hernandez. Kip kicked out, though, pretty quickly. Roxy looking on with intent ringside. Kip laying in some punches in the corner. Earl's like, hey, bro, can you get him out of that?
TNA's kind of downplaying Bullet Bob being a tag partner because he's 67 years old or something. Bullet Bob might be stronger and tougher than 80% of the TNA roster.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty accurate. Do you think that BG had to take a cut of pay so that he could get his dad to get paid money? Like, they were like, hey, Bullet Bob, if you want any money, you got to ask your son.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, Brian. Yeah, hey, I know we're paying you $1,500, but your father, he agreed to $500, so now you're getting paid $1,000. Do the math.
Salinas was just pulled off the apron by Roxy, and then Hernandez missed a flying headbutt. Oh, Roxy just accidentally powdered Kip James. Big clothesline by Hernandez. Oh, okay. He pinned him off a clothesline because you know that Kip was not about to take the border toss.
I feel like Kip would take it.
I feel like they should have just done that then. He was so disoriented from the powder.
Well, yeah. If I had powder thrown in my eyes, I don't think I can pop my shoulder up in 3 seconds.
Is Kip going to turn on Roxxi? Oh, wait, he just grabbed her shoulder.
No. There's no male on female violence here.
She's kind of looking at him weird. Oh, he's got a mic.
Oh, no. Here we go.
You know, ever since we hired you, you've done nothing. The only thing that you have done well is that you absolutely suck.
Ooh. Kip doesn't really like women.
All you do is shake around like you're having a seizure. For Kip not liking women, it's surprising that he wears Candice Michelle's out gear all the time.
Well, he's not wearing it here.
He's not. You talk way too much. You never shut up. I said you talk too much. Oh, Kip just fired Roxxi from VKM.
Oh my god. Well, Roxy's gonna definitely put a curse on Kip or something. I mean,
Oh.
I feel like that's what we're going.
Wait, I kind of like that idea. Oh, AJ is confronting Tomko backstage here. I'm sorry what happened with Karen last week, but I had to get her to the back.